Well, I guess that last trip to Niagara Rim Trail wasn't so good, huh? I feel a lot of clicking going on as I spin the hub. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess time to pull this sucker apart and see what else I can do. This whole, oh yeah, hi. Yeah, anyways, trigger update. Yeah, batteries are on a charger. We're doing a bunch of major maintenance and everything while I'm getting ready for the flatbed to happen. And about a month ago, I went and up to the Sierras and played in the rocks for a little bit, and it looks like I got a casualty here. So anyways, these big huge StopTech brakes are wonderful, but it's time to clean everything up and kind of go through things and service things. These King coilovers, if you can see, I have 0 preload on them. I need to put about ½ an inch worth of preload on there to kind of help with some of my rubbing issues. Like, look at all that nastiness. It still rubs with 35s. So I'm going to pull these out and put a gauge on the Schrader valve, check things out, see if they're all right. You know, I don't know. They've got about, seriously, almost 60,000 miles on them, and I really have paid 0 attention to them. So it's time to pay some attention to them. The Total Chaos upper control arms. These guys are going to get some new bushings, and I'm going to check the uniball and see how it is. I don't know. Again, 60,000 miles, and you know, I've never been kind to my trucks. I don't know why. I just treated them more as a utilitarian type thing, and whereas the sports cars, I've always kind of babied them. But anyways, so this is all coming apart. New lower control arms are coming in relatively soon, and yeah, I got some work to do here. I think I'm probably gonna press in some longer studs. I think I've got to do some wheel spacers for the front to at least make the rear not look so crazy. I've got to put, I'm still not sure, I got to measure it out, but somewhere probably 3/4 of an inch or inch wheel spacers on the rear to kind of keep myself off the shock body, because those are 3-inch rear shocks. So this is all of it's coming apart, and everything's getting cleaned and serviced, and yeah, check on everything. And I also have to, I don't know if you can see that, that's a plumbing for my front locker. I've got to clean all that crap up. So lots of work here. I also have some bump stops that I need to install. I've had those bump stops for years and I've never installed them. Don't know why. Again, I pretty much willfully abuse these trucks, and they take it. I think that's the difference, is they take it. The sports cars are a little more finicky and they need a lot more love and care and attention. So, anyways, just doing a bunch of work on the truck. It's this pandemic, it kind of sucks because usually my best friend's over here and we're, you know, wrenching and chatting and, you know, doing guy stuff, having a good time. But he has parents that aren't in a good position to be exposed to this virus, and as well as I have the same scenario. My father's got COPD, so can't go transmitting this shit around. So these Total Chaos cam tabs are great. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, this thing's so dirty. These things are great. I'd walked my factory cam tabs out, I don't know, probably within, actually it was after my first trip off-road with the Kings and everything. But these braces here are, this is a Peter brace. He's a local guy here in Northern California. He does a great job on these spindle brace sets here, and he has a pretty cool setup. You just you remove yours and you trade them. So he takes yours as a core, and you get ones that are already welded in place and ready to go. And it's a nominal fee, you know, of course, because you're paying for his services to not only make the product but weld it up for you. Does a great job. So I'm pretty stoked on those. I have an ancient set of Total Chaos, I believe they're Total Chaos, lower control arm skids. Those are they've been beat up pretty bad, but those are going away soon, because I'm gonna give I've been on the fence for quite some time about the Total Chaos lower control arm. I really didn't ever like their standard lower control arm for mid-travel, because it really greatly increased your turning radius, and it just wasn't something that I wanted, because the truth of the matter is this truck probably, you know, most of its mileage is headed to go play, so it still needs some kind of decent road manners and regular drivability, and putting race parts on a street driven truck's really hard to do and expect it to still be a regular street driven truck. So Total Chaos came out with a new set of lower control arms that I like the concept, like the idea. A few of my local Northern California Tacoma guys have since ordered and installed them, and their turning radius is back to stock. I know that Iggy had the race series lower control arms, and you know, his turning radius on his truck turned into something really bad. It was like driving a 1971 Suburban or something. It was silly. So he put on the I guess they call them Expedition series. That's their name for them. But essentially what they do is they don't have these, you know, the Total Chaos regular ones right down here at the ball joint mounting area. You know, they've got this big, huge, beefy ass bracing there, which is fantastic. You know, if you're jumping your truck all the time, and that was great. But it moved your, you know, your steering stops. Your steering stops. It moved those points out, so you couldn't really achieve regular stock turning radius with those things. You just couldn't do it. It wasn't there. So with their Expedition series, they've brought the neck down here on the lower control arm and tapered it back in, something very similar to stock. And their steering stops actually measure out just like factory, so you'll get factory turning radius again if you use those Expedition series. And I believe that's Expedition series only. So with Expedition series only, their race lower control arms definitely do not retain factory steering radius. It's a bummer, but at the same time, I mean, dude, yeah, they're literally parts you can put on your truck and then go jump it. So I don't understand how some people have certain expectations of race parts on a street-driven truck. It's just a little bit of common sense. But I got to address some of this issue too. I've got tons of rubbing. That was my own damn fault. I don't know if I'm going to replace those hoses or not. I gotta sit on that one, sit and think on that a little bit. Oh, while I'm highlighting different manufacturers' parts here, these These are big old stop techs. These things are fantastic. I specifically went with this size because it still fits a 16-inch wheel, and I mean the tolerance is like that much, but it fits, and it fit my factory TR Pro wheels, and that was really important to me when I made that decision, and it's still important to me. I like a 16-inch wheel. I like to have some sidewall because I like to balloon out. You know, when I'm airing down, I really like to try and get more contact patch, and with a big old fat sidewall like that, usually I can get more sidewall contact, and that's a great thing, except when you're in the rocks. And I'm trying not to play in the rocks too much with this truck. You know, sometimes I find myself on a trail that, you know, I end up in the rocks, but it should handle it. But speaking of rocks, Niagara Rim Trail, popped a boot, but I also have I can feel it in the action here. I got a really clicky CV assembly there, so I'm gonna pull all that apart and fiddle with it. I have currently, I believe I have 3 spare factory OE CV assemblies, but I've been so damn lazy. All 3 of them need a reboot, so so that's gonna happen here soon too. And that's a nasty, messy job. Not really looking forward to that, but it's gonna happen. So anyways, that's the, oh yeah, here's the rotors. Yeah, great rotors. Anyways, so that's what's going on with the Trooper right now. I just did a video on how to install the bullet cover for my the little product that I sell for the Tacomas. For 2nd gen Tacoma, it's a shark fin antenna delete, and I just uploaded that, and you can see here my alignment's way off. I get way more rub on this side. Yeah, man, that's just me being too lazy to get shit done when it needs to get done. So yeah, so bump stops, servicing the coilovers, lower control arms, rebuilding that CV over there. I got some electrical work to do too. I've got it all apart, and I'm kind of individually charging the batteries on their own on a trickle charge. The Blue Sea system is going away for an S-Pod. Iggy at Vagabond has got a whole thing that we've been talking about, working on, that kind of stuff. So looking forward to that. Back end wise, I think I'm starting production on the flatbed next week, but I keep saying that, and I just keep saying that because that's what I'm hoping for. You know, everybody's got their own timeline for all their own different personal projects, and this is my personal project that I think I may end up selling. Truthfully, I may end up offering this as a product, just because the design on this flatbed is without reproach. So there's the Trooper. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Yeah, I figured I would take a short little break here and start fiddling with some of the work I've got going on. These, oh yeah, that reminds me. I may ditch these. I may get rid of my ditch lights. They're really handy for coming into camp at night, but yeah, look at that. My little overland bound badge is still there. I put that on when I put these on. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, these ditch lights. These are Iggy's pods here. They're just so big, and that's not Iggy's fault at all. I was looking at some of those little guys. They're about this big. the Baja Designs. They make a nice little guy. I think they're called an S2, something like that. But, you know, I've always been happy with my Baja stuff. This is another Iggy product, and this is another Iggy product. I wish I was better at this stuff because I could plug Iggy's business. I think it's, I don't remember, it's Iggy Corp, that's it. See, I knew it, Iggy Corp. I think if you go to iggycorp.com, you can find his stuff. He makes all kinds of, he offers lights and switch panels and stuff like that. He's been doing it for quite some time, but he's also one of the guys behind the Vagabond Outdoors Drifter and the Vagabond Outdoors Nomad. Yeah, cool dude. These guys are a lot of fun to hang out with. All right, this video is getting long. Take care. Hey, by the way, keep on trucking.